Recording in progress.
Excellent. Well, I've prepared a big introduction, so I'll lead off with that in 3, 2, 1. Half a world away, in the shadow of a mighty mountain range, lies the cosmopolitan heart of Kazakhstan, Almaty. At 4 times the size of Virginia Beach, it's been called the Manhattan of Kazakhstan and serves as the nation's cultural center. So it makes sense that deep within the urban oasis of Almaty, we would find the Kazakhstani boy band poised to take on the world. Their name? 91.
Yeah! Yay!
Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time. I know it's late in the evening for you. It's early in the morning for me, but we've got a lot to talk about, and I really appreciate you guys taking some time to talk about all those things with me. Can we really quickly, one by one, just introduce each other, or introduce yourselves, I guess. Tell me your name, tell me your role in the band, and anything else you'd like to share. Ace, you want to start with you?
Hi, my name is Ace. Nice to meet you.
My name is Bala. I'm youngest in the group, and that's why I'm Bala. You know it. Into why?
Hi, my name is Zach. I'm 25 years old, and I'm the lyricist of the group. So, nice to meet you.
Hi, my name is Alem. Nice to meet you. I'm a singer and composer. That's all. Nice to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet all of you as well. Now, we've got some more special guests, too, that we'll introduce in a bit. But right now, the focus is on you guys, and I don't think it's possible to overstate how important 91 has been to the musical traditions of the new independent Kazakhstan. You're named after the year that Kazakhstan gained its independence. So for an American like me, the equivalent would be a band called 76. You guys are 1991. But there's a really interesting thing about you guys that I don't think we have here in America, and that is that you are a collective of young men who make Kazakhstani people feel more proud of their country, more proud of their culture. There isn't a single boy band here in America that makes me more proud to be an American. And so for that, that's an amazing accomplishment for you to inspire your countrymen, to inspire the people who look up to you all across the world, and inspire your nation as a whole. So I just wanted to say, first things first, congratulations on being the best of the best in your home nation. When you talk about 91's achievements at home, the whole point that we're here together today is because 91 will soon be taking their act overseas, going global, taking on the American and Western music markets. How does that make you feel as a group? Are you nervous about that, or just excited to get started?
Second one.
Yeah, we're really excited, and it's been 6 years here that we debuted, and before this, our producer was teaching us how to be an artist for 2 years, and now I think we can be more large, more huge than just one of the best groups in the country. Yeah? So that's the new level for us. We really waiting for it, and I think it's gonna be great.
It's coming at the perfect time, too. It's the perfect time to be an Asian musician going into the Western market, because musically you already have that tradition set up with artists like K-pop band BTS. We have Asian content on the big screen like Shang-Chi, or at home on our laptops and TVs with Squid Game from Netflix. How do you guys feel you fit into the wave of Asian content and Asian entertainment that's really taking America by storm?
We think that's really great time, like you said, for Asian content, because we just trying to feel all these vibes and all the times. So that's the time for introduce the new Asian vibes here, I think, because we want to do the different Asian vibes, not like Korean, Chinese, Japanese, because Kazakhstan is in Central Asia. There's different mentality, different language, so I think we can do something new.
I would agree. Speaking of doing things new, there is no Q-pop, which is Kazakhstan's answer to K-pop. There is no Q-pop without 91. You guys formed the genre essentially single-handedly starting a few years ago, 2014, 2015 and onwards. Before that, I know I was doing some research. There were Kazakh boy bands, including one that actually signed you guys, one of the members of Orda, who's Bala at Bedelham. He's one of the guys who kind of paved the way for you. But you have paved the way for so many other musicians, so many other artists in your home country. Now, that's got to come with a lot of challenges, because I know it wasn't an easy road for Q-pop to be accepted at home. How do you think overcoming adversity in Kazakhstan will help you overcome adversity internationally as 91 becomes a global sensation?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So
Great.
Q-pop is a little child who's 6 years old, so he just wants to explore the world, and now we just gonna learn many things by go to overseas. So yeah, it was hard at start, but now we got the biggest fandom in the Kazakhstan, so we just proud of it, because we got like people who understand us without words. They're like our soulmates. So I don't think it was just hard fighting things. It was just very great open experience. Yeah, it was very great experience for us. Yeah. So and we go to overseas like for make new experiences.
I'd like to ask you guys some individual questions just to get to know you a little bit better one by one. If you wouldn't mind, Zach, could we start with you? Is that all right?
Yeah, sure.
So, Zach, you were one of the winners of the TV show K-Top Idols back in 2014, and a lot of music's biggest names have followed a similar path, traveling through TV singing shows and becoming international superstars. Now, as that's the path that you're trying to be on now as a member of 91, I wanted to ask, does being amongst the ranks of, say, Harry Styles or Kelly Clarkson or even Beyonce, does that intimidate you at all? Do you feel like there's more pressure on you to succeed?
No, I didn't feel the pressure, but in Kazakhstan, actually, we don't have our genre as a rap, as hip hop genre is not so popular in Kazakhstan, so it was hard to introduce music in these media platforms. So only pressure was in there, introducing the rap music. But I very appreciated that our producer was just like, he understands me. Yeah, so that helps.
Yes, it does. Alem, I'd like to ask you a question. I read that you graduated from the Academy of Culture and Fine Arts in Chelyabinsk in Russia. Tell me, what kind of art besides music inspires you to create music?
It's very easy actually. I don't know, it's feeling. Қалай жазасың дейді ма?
Басқа музыкадан басқа әсерден басқа сені не шабыттандырады?
О, дұрыс қой, сен переводтап тұрасың ба?
Жоқ, басқа музыкадан басқа.
Yes, I like, you know, I like to photo. Yes, I like shoot video. So and that's all. Yes.
Ace, a question for you. you trained for 2.5 years at South Korea's JUZ Entertainment. And I'm sure you've been asked this before, but I'm really curious about that experience. Tell me, what did you learn from being a K-pop trainee, and does that experience still help you today?
When I was in Korea, I learned language, but maybe now I'm forgot this language, but I can speak Korean, and I learn singing, I learn dancing, and I look so many systems and many interesting experience, and I took it. Sometimes I use it, but sometimes I don't use it.
I agree.
Yes, yes, because in Kazakhstan, that's our system. You can't realize it. Realize.
Yeah.
Yes, and so, thank you.
Good job. That was a lot more words than I thought you'd say. Oh my God. Good job. Reese's doing a good job.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Now, last but not least, Bala, as the youngest member of the band, like you introduced yourself a moment ago, tell me about the Kazakhstani youth culture. Besides listening to 91, from your experience, what else do the youth of your country like to do for fun?
Very good question. Very hard question. Yeah, because in 91, when I came to this boy band, after this, I lost connect with other people because because my friends are only them, and I don't know how they live. I don't know what they do, and what they think.
What they do for fun.
I think they are good and beautiful.
But they are, I think, they are very creative now.
Yeah, exactly.
Very creative.
Because we have a lot of
Multicultural.
oh, we have internet.
From producers to translators to warm-up acts, 91 is surrounded by a supportive team that helps them succeed. We met a few of those people and started by asking the band's manager, David Valera, what are the challenges associated with scaling 91 globally, and what gives him hope that it can be done?
Well, number one, what gives me hope is the Western obsession with Asian content. As you pointed out, with BTS, Marvel, Shang-Chi, and of course, the latest craze in the United States is Squid Games. So that gives me a tremendous amount of hope. The biggest reason why I chose to work with 91 and really concentrate my efforts more on them than any other artist here in Kazakhstan whom I've worked with is because I think 91 offers a unique and different perspective to the whole K-pop genre by coming in with Q-pop. The challenges that we face as Americans is that obviously we know very little about Central Asia, but at the same time, that limited knowledge is also helpful because to introduce American audiences to Kazakhstan via the K-pop genre and a group like 91, I think will speak volumes about, what Central Asia and Kazakhstan has to offer artistically to US audiences instead of just limiting them to, Korean content.
I hope you're right, because they're cool guys. I'd love to see them take off here in America as well. So thank you, David. Also, I believe I'm getting my directions mixed up here. To your right, is that Cody? That's you in the back?
Yeah, that's our executive. She makes it all happen. Makes me look good, but she's the one that does most of the work.
Do you think these guys, 91, have what it takes to succeed in America?
Oh, definitely. I have no doubts because they're pretty modern, and they learn fast and they can literally slide into the American market as they born there, because really communicative and creative and talented guys, and I feel their vibes And that's why it's not only affecting Kazakhstani audience, but also other countries as well. Many countries, not only American side, but also other European, any other Asian countries. So I'm thinking that they will do great.
You also coordinated a very special visitor to Kazakhstan recently, and that's Amandi Fernandez, who has an incredible resume of working with amazing dancers, amazing singers and vocalists all across the Western music world. Tell me, how did this come up? Did she seem hesitant at first to fly halfway across the world to teach dance to a boy band in Central Asia?
You know, it's a common question because Kazakhstan not on the global radar, you know, and of course, Americans, they know little about Kazakhstan, but through the managers and my boss here, David, we've been convincing Amandi to come here for a long time already. We've been catching her out of her like pretty tight schedule in America, and just having an experience herself, the Kazakhstani, you know, dance community here, and she was impressed, and we didn't even realize that it was so much demand on such a professional to have such a professional here in Kazakhstan. So we hoping that next year we'll see her again in Kazakhstan, but not only her, but also other professionals.
When Amandi flew to Kazakhstan, she was greeted by passionate dancers of all abilities, as well as the boys from 91 who were eager to learn from her. Amandi's resume includes work with Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, and more A-list pop stars, and as you can see, she and the band have made great progress together.
What makes this trip, this special, very foreign, very interesting trip for you, what makes it so unique? And what have you experienced here in Kazakhstan that you don't think you could experience anywhere else in the world?
Well, like most Americans, I was very unaware of Kazakhstan. And I've traveled over 50 countries. So David, like Cody was saying, they had mentioned this part of Central Asia to me for some time now. And because of my schedule, you know, it's been a little tough, but, you know, I finally had an opportunity, and coming out here, it's been like an incredible experience meeting the guys and teaching my master classes and just seeing like the passion and the talent and the beautiful country, you know, the food and the people are just so warm and welcoming, and it's honestly been a beautiful, beautiful experience, and I feel like I'm in my second home, even though this is my first time.
That's adorable. You've taught amazing dances to amazing vocalists from all around the world. How did these guys compare?
To be 100% honest, they were so easy to work with. It was like, you know, I didn't know what to expect, of course, and they learned so quickly. They didn't ask me any questions, actually. They just followed me and made my job so easy. They're amazing dancers, and yeah, so, you know, so humble, so down to earth, very hardworking, very open-minded. And even when I, you know, threw something at them and I'm like, do you guys want me to change it? They're like, nope, don't change it, we'll get it. Which is actually not so common, you know.
You saying about us?
Yeah.
I love you, Amandi.
Now that you've worked with the boys for a few weeks now, what is your favorite 91 song, Amandi?
Well, it's been the one we've been working on.
Jurek.
Jurek.
Heart.
Yeah.
Heart.
Jurek means heart.
Heart.
Your upcoming single.
Yeah, very cool. I can't wait to hear it. We talked a little bit about communicating with the band and how that's so important, how they were able to really quickly pick up all the dance concepts that you taught them. And I'd like to transition real quick from the role of the question asker to the role of the student. And I would like to invite you guys from the band, if you'd like, no pressure, but I think it would be fun. Could you teach me some Kazakh words? Because from listening to your music, all I know is so satya stop uren, or something like that from the new song Darn. I don't know, did that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Could you guys teach me a few words in your own language so that I could understand you guys a little better?
Yeah. First is like hi is salem.
Alem.
Salem. Yeah, it's hi. And bye is sao.
So, like that?
Yeah. Just like that. Sao.
So,
Yeah, it's bye.
okay. So salem and so. Now I know 2 words. You want to teach me one more?
I'm thinking.
Mahabbat.
Mahabbat is love. Mahabbat.
Mahabbat.
Yeah.
Mahabbat is 91.
Yes. Very cool. So mahabbat. Okay. Well, I know 3 words then. I'd love to come visit you guys at some point, and maybe I'll know a few more by then. Does that sound good?
You got very clear pronunciation. It's cool. Yeah.
I said that it will be easy for you. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
We got only 300 words. 100% Kazakh.
When 91 begins traveling the world to perform, they'll be accompanied by 2 talented singers named Jordan and Zarina. As both backup singers and a team of songwriters, they've made a name for themselves locally, and they connected to our Zoom call to talk as well.
Jordan and Zarina, you are also 2 accomplished Kazakhstani musicians in your own right. You write music together, you perform together. What's the gig culture like in Kazakhstan? Is it easy to perform shows live? Do people enjoy going to concerts? What's the experience like?
Yes, of course, but before the pandemic. Now it's a little bit harder to make a concert or doing live. So we just making something like this online shows, trying to be in this wave, musical wave. Yes, catch this vibe.
Do you think overall is being a musician in Kazakhstan an achievable dream for people? Is it something that, like, I guess to compare it to the Western world, anyone who tries to get into music, either as a backup singer or as a dancer or anything like that, people will say that's an impossible dream. You can't possibly do that. There's too many musicians already and too many people who won't succeed on that journey. Obviously, you're doing well for yourselves. So tell me, how achievable do you think musical success in Kazakhstan is?
Actually, it's possible if you believe in you, in yourself, and if you're making good, if you are honest,
professional,
yes,
if you're
and if
honest,
you're professional.
yeah. We're just doing what we love. We don't think about we are become famous or we're gonna have a big money, you know. We're just doing because we love to do it, because we love to write, we love to sing, we love to perform. We love all this stuff.
And it doesn't matter where we are, in Kazakhstan or in Russia or in other country. It doesn't matter actually. But it's not hard to make your music here, because we have a lot of good teenagers with a very good taste for music. So you can find your own listeners.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you 2 being here as well on the Zoom call. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Of course.
After connecting with the people who are joining 91 on their journey, we dove deeper into the journey that the boys are about to take internationally. Preparations are already underway to introduce 91 to the world's biggest music market, the United States of America.
When can we expect that English language music? And what can we expect from it?
Actually, first we need to finish our Kazakh album here, because we started the Kazakh album, and it's the first song in our album, Darn. And then we're gonna learn language faster as we can, fast as we can, and do the English songs, do the English album, trying to do something new in the new sound. We need to bring you new sound. We want to we hope it.
That's more a question more appropriate for Yerbolat, their producer, who's been helping produce that album. You know, I think he has a better idea of how the guys are progressing. So, Yerbolat, can you tell Alex a little bit about that?
түсіндім балдар балдардың өнерлері Қазақстанда тым тар. Қазір балдар өздеріне үлкен бір жаңағы ниеттермен жұмыс жүргізетін болса, олар баяғыдан бері дайын. Сондықтан да тіл бұл бір білмеген ажырататын балдарда ең басты өнер бар ішінде. Сол өнермен басқа елдерге шықса керек.
This is Azamat.
He's saying that in general, our guys is super talented. That's why language is only the instrument or the way,
the tool.
Tool how to bring the talent to the people. So our local market is too small for the guys. That's why we are planning to do English songs. I think probably it will be at the end of spring. If we will sing about directly dates, it will be at the end of the spring. Yeah.
Where we can expect them in the United States. Okay, you got all that, Alex?
We hope so.
I got it.
Right.
I'm like,
so the goal is awesome, man.
Thank you for the translation, man, too, Azamat. I appreciate that. So we've got music coming hopefully in the spring, or at least the guys checking out the rest of the world. What would you like your fans, the Eagles, to know about this transition from Kazakh language music to English language music? Is there anything that you'd like to say to them specifically?
Don't scare about that. There's a lot of things what we want to say to them. We just want to say that we love them, and we're not we're not going to the overseas for
Forever.
like forever. Yeah, we just want to make new friends, like find new friends, find new listeners, represent the Kazakhstan for all over the world, and that's the cool thing. And it not means that we gonna drop the Kazakh language and don't gonna do the Kazakh music. Yeah, that's impossible. Yeah. So you don't need to think that that's the last album or last concerts or something like that. We're gonna do it as we done yet. So everything's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be cool.
And better.
And better.
Yeah, and Alex, I just want to add something to that question. The goal with the guys is to introduce them to American audiences, obviously via the English content and the Q-pop content, along with Zarina and Jordan. But American audiences should expect from time to time a few Kazakh songs worked into their English albums, maybe even within the songs, a few Kazakh lyrics. So, you know, the guys are very good about paying homage to their country, their culture, their history, which is very rich and very dynamic. But they're making it clear that, you know, they're unlike the K-pop genre. Q-pop is a mix of not just English content, but also Kazakh content. And American audiences will appreciate that.
I want to add something. It will be exotic not only for America, it will be exotic for Korea, it will be exotic for China,
all the world,
all the world, because Q-pop is, as we say, it's another thing. And thank you.
Thank you, Sal, something like that. Yes, wonderful. Yeah, I remembered it too. I remembered it. Now, when you have English language music that pays homage to your roots, that is exotic for the whole world over, something brand new for the world to experience it, you'll want to bring it to the world, not just digitally, but physically as well. So I have to ask, would you guys like to perform at some point in Virginia Beach next year?
Well, is that an invitation?
It might be. It might be. We'll see. We'll see.
Guys, he's inviting you to perform in Virginia Beach.
Thank you.
Huh?
We go.
All right. How do you say? Wait, how do you say yes in Kazakh?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys next year. That's just about all the time that we have over here. It's just about all the questions that I had. We covered so much ground. You guys answered so much. I even learned some words. So all in all, this was a very fun experience. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
See you in Kazakhstan, Alex. All right?
See you guys around. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.